Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, eat folks, I'm planning for series of videos I'm going to do for a while. I'll go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, I'm eating inside the back room and such with the Peter Can Thunderbolt poster, crabby old ladder, some Marvel figures and such up there. Then on top of that, folks, aside from all that, if that wasn't enough to go over there and entice your brain meats, I'm also wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing? It's pretty visible, but boom! Ginger shirt. It's all with sunflowers and the skulls. It's really neat. Um, what's Ginger? If you're not familiar, they're a Ukrainian metal band. I've been into them for probably over a decade at this point. Yeah, probably, because I got into them in my early 20s. Um, I absolutely love these folks. Uh, they're to me, I think they're one of the breakout metal bands of the last decade. They've only continued to grow in popularity, and especially considering they come from the fucking Ukraine. Which, no offense to the Ukraine, you don't typically think of like big metal bands coming out of there, but they've done a fantastic job. And obviously, at the time that I'm talking about this, there's still the whole Ukrainian conflict going on with Russia. Hopefully, that'll be resolved, in a way where hopefully Putin gets, absolutely destroyed and strung up for being the douchebag that he is. I'm sorry. I don't typically like to be political, but I'm sorry. Fuck that guy. Right? Fuck that guy. But, anyway, yeah. I like Ginger a lot. They're a really good band. If you happen to be interested, I'll actually have a few videos of the show that I was at last night, plus some older videos that I was at when I went to go see Ginger when they first made their way over to America. Years ago now. Anyway, what am I going to try for y'all today, folks? Well, we're going to do... Boom! We've got Lay's sweet and salty dipped clusters. I don't know what these are, but I saw them, and they looked interesting. And that's about all I need for an item to be on my show. So, I guess these are intended to be like a Christmassy oriented thing, because it's got on the back, it's like fa la 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 and all that such. Except it's fa la la Lay's. It's a little weak. It's a little weak, Lay's marketing department, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know what the hell to take away from these things. I really don't. Even when I went to go buy them, the lady who checked me out, even she was like, I got no fucking idea what those are. Never seen them. Let me know if they're good. Well, if I happen to run into her after this video, I'll be able to let her know. So let's open it up, see what they are, if they're any good, and all that good stuff. Maybe that'll be my Christmas present this year. Maybe I'll get a sponsor or some shit and I can retire from doing my normal job. Alright. I wasn't expecting this. I don't know what that is. It appears to be chocolate on the bottom, and then... I guess that's potato? I'll be honest with you, folks. It kind of looks like a treat that I give my hamsters. And to illustrate that point, this is the sweet and salty dipped clusters. This is one of my hamster treats. I'm not going to eat the hamster treat. That's not going to happen. I'm not quite poor or desperate enough. Not yet, anyway. I wasn't expecting it to have chocolate. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it is. Very crunchy texture, but not abrasively so. Ooh. Okay. Alright, a little odd, but I think I'm down with it. For sure. So it's doing that thing. If you've ever had chocolate dipped potato chips, which I wish they still had available. For one thing, I would do a review of them on my show. But on top of that, I had them when they came out. One of my coworkers bought some, and so I got to try them, and I really liked them. They actually were really solid. So it's kind of doing that thing. It's got a sweet and a salty aspect to it. which for me, I really like as a combination, like salted caramel and stuff like that. But these are really interesting because they also have sort of like a sort of earthy kind of texture, or not texture, quality to them from like the potato. Because at first you're getting a lot of the chocolate. But they did a good job of ratioing it out. Like, it, it's not overly chocolatey. It's not overly salty. It's not overly potatoey. It's all of it does exactly what it needs to do for as long as it needs to do it, and then it fades out. The chocolate fades out kind of just in time for the saltiness to really kind of get properly going, and then kind of at the end you get sort of a potatoey taste. I really like these. If my hamster treats taste even half as good as these, I might fucking eat the damn things. Well, one of my hamsters over there. Speaking of hamsters, I'm gonna give her a treat. She's a good girl. I could do a hamster cameo. She's a very friendly hamster, but she's getting a drink right now. I want her to just chill and do her thing. Yeah. Yep. Hello, little girl ham. Who's super adorable? Yeah, who's super adorable girl ham? Yeah, you like treats. You're a good girl. I love her. She's like the perfect hamster. It's ridiculous. I don't know if she's ever shown up in any of my videos. Maybe. But anyway, back to the review at hand. There they are. I super like these. I can understand them not being like an all-the-time treat, 100%, because I could see them becoming a little bit much. Like, I like them. And you don't get that many in a bag, you can see. But I think there's enough of them here with the flavor they're putting out. Like, I wouldn't go through all these in a day. There's something I would go over there and space out. But they're really good. Like, I'm surprised at how much I like these. Not because I don't think the components work. It's just that even knowing that the components work, I like these that much more than I thought I was going to. I'm really down for these. Like I said, they're apparently a holiday thing. But if Lay's wants to keep these around, I would be in favor, personally. Now, would I recommend them? Yes and no. I think they're delicious. I think other people would think they're delicious. However, I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't do the sweet and salty stuff. Even though it's become a more common flavor combination, there's definitely still some resistance. If people haven't had it, they might not be too into it. But I think they're worth trying. I really do. I think you may or you may not like them, especially with them being a limited time item. I would say give them a shot because I think they might surprise you. I think if you're already into like sweet and salty stuff, I think these are going to be right up your alley. And maybe if you're a little bit more hesitant, buy a bag and share them with a group of friends. That way you share the responsibility. I'm tempted to grab another one, but I want to be able to talk, properly. Yeah, I'm really down for these, and I like I said, I do, especially because they're a limited item. I would suggest checking these out. So anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, and folks, you can go over there and just have yourselves a truly sweet and salty rest of your life. Because, folks, you can be a little bit sweet, you can be a little bit salty. Having contrast helps make us interesting people. However, very final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Because you can be a little bit salty. But if you don't have a combination of aspects to offset that, then you risk just being an asshole. And, I'm sorry, folks. I don't want to deal with assholes. I'm 36 years old at the time I'm doing this. You don't want to deal with your stupid ass and your bullshit? No. But, if we mitigate the level of assholeness that we put out into the world, typically it makes things a little bit better. We can all be cordial to one another. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there, folks. Maybe you're going to try some sweet and salty dipped clusters. And maybe like me, you're going to enjoy them quite a bit. However, you're going to go over there and you're going to be like, I like these so much. And I remember that Brandon guy with the ginger shirt going over there and talking about, dipped potato chips. Well, maybe I happen to know the president of the Lay's people, or whoever the hell made those. And I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get a petition started, and we're going to get those back because that fat dude with the ginger shirt knew what he's talking about with these. Clearly, he's going to know what he's talking about with those. And, there's an online petition, and it doesn't really go anywhere. But then in like 5 years, it ends up being a thing anyway because, nostalgia and stuff like that. And they bring them out again, and then we all dance and live in the age of Aquarius together. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something that isn't that at all, like, what's the thing? Make yourself a nice sandwich. Like, that's not like that's a pretty low goal. But, like, maybe you make yourself one nice sandwich, and then you go over there, maybe you make some other really nice sandwiches. Maybe eventually open up a sandwich shop. Or conversely, just go over there, maybe open up your own business or something like that. Sandwiches or not. I vote for sandwiches. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. So, just, be nice to each other and all that good stuff. Bye.